Scott with pocket jacks in the small blind. Look out, Kakwan. You're about to get coolered.
Hey, Lynn, what a great event we have going at the L.A. Poker Classic. Bala Patur out in front with 8.2 million in chips. The blinds are 50 and 75 with a big blind ante of 75,000. Let's go to the felt.
Now we've got two WPT champions remaining, Modest Cymbalis, James Carroll. James Carroll going for his third title tonight.
That's right. There's Bala Patur, non-professional. He is the chip leader. He's going to fold. Here is Scott Hempel, poker pro out of Arizona, and he's got King 10, and he could be at shove time because he is on the second short stack with Kakwan Lau. But he is going to shove it.
Yep, Scott all in for his last million-ish in chips. Modest with the decision here, holding King Jack.
Like $1 million?
Modest Cymbalis out of Lithuania and now London. WPT champion has a decision.
I do think Modest would call King Queen, but King Jack's gonna be close when Scott has so many aces in his range here, so he gets away with one there.
Plenty G once said, never fold this hand.
It's probably a fold. You should have said, like, now I'm going to take you to party.
No more partying.
Then you would have done it. You're a bit too late.
Bala has 2 master's degrees, math and physics. And you know, he's the only non-professional, so-called non-professional at the table, and he is doing quite well. Lives in New Jersey, and this time he has a Jack 9 of clubs.
Gonna open our action to 175.
Scott goes out. James Carroll likes to play a lot of hands, not this time. Mattis also going away. And now Kakwan Lau.
He's got a playable ace-8 in the big blind. It's just a question of how he wants to play it.
All in.
And he's gonna move all in.
Count, please.
Bala looking for a count. Wondering whether he's priced in here.
925.
925 total.
I think this would be a little ambitious as a call, Vince, but Bala doesn't seem to think so. He makes this call.
Wow. He's going to give a nice action to Kakwan.
And you see the look of surprise on Modest's face. Kakwan, pretty happy to see that holding. About a 2-to-1 favorite here, all in for his tournament life, and safe so far on the flop. It is 10-4-3.
7?
Ace is a good one.
Len has too much.
Kakwan seems very happy. Nothing crazy there. Deuce.
Now 5 makes it straight.
Just needs to fade the Jack or the 9.
Anything else?
And a bunch of the 9s were folded pre-flop by other players, so Kakwan in great shape here. You can see 92% favorite going to this river. Yes, a 6. No help to either player, and so Kakwan Lau will double up to nearly 2 million in chips. Bala Patur splashing around a little bit with that call. Took a shot at eliminating the young pro from Spain.
For 20 years, World Poker Tour has given away $1.2 billion. Now we're taking the tour online. Play in cash games and tournaments for real money at the world's largest poker network on WPT Global. And throughout August, we'll even match your deposit up to $1,200. Sign up now with this QR code and use bonus code YT75 to get the August deposit bonus.
And we move on. A couple of folds around to Modest Cymbalis. WPT champion. He's made many final tables on the World Poker Tour, always entertaining. He goes out this time. Now Kakwan with ace-jack right behind him. So the man from Spain's starting to get a little rush going.
I like this limp from Kakwan, trapping Bala here with his ace-jack in the small blind. He doesn't want to just open by shoving. He doesn't want to raise and then call a shove, but if he can induce Bala into raising a junky hand like, oh, say, 5-4 offsuit, then the trap can snap shut.
Yeah, that's exactly what's happened. Bala is going to raise it to 275, and now
All in.
Kakwan over the top, all
Boom.
in.
You know I love it, Vince. And Bala absolutely does not love it. Gonna have to pass on that 5-4 now. And so Kakwan, who moments ago was down to 1 million in chips, now has about 2.5. Sitting pretty.
Well, that's the problem with playing with tough players. Nothing's easy. They're trapping all the time. They're taking pots that should be yours. It's very frustrating. Battle of wits going on here. Now James, two-time WPT champion with ace-10 of spades, makes it 175. But Kakwan now picking up ace-queen behind him.
Now, both these guys are sitting on 30 blinds and in position. I think that Kakwan's ace-queen plays better as a call, and he seems to agree. So he'll see a flop here, dominating James. Everyone else goes out.
2 point something.
Yeah.
2.3 or something.
2.3 starting hand.
Slightly more. 2.5.
All right, we got that straight. Got about the same amount. 9-7-3 on the flop. Helps neither player.
Not much on this flop to incite either player to bet. So we check to the turn, which gives James an open-ended straight draw. Still checking. One more check from Kakwan.
Yeah, going to the river, and a jack hits James with a straight.
There it is. Well, he's definitely gonna bet. It's really just a question of how much.
James has made close to $5 million in live earnings. This guy can really play. Well respected. And he's gonna lay out a bet of 350. Kakwan there.
Not much of a decision, will drop out. So James catches up with a rivered straight. Puts a little distance between himself and Kakwan after they started the hand very even.
By the way, he's a two-time WPT champion.
Well,
Two-time.
I have been battling against James Carroll for nearly 20 years, both online and live. A truly consistent, excellent player who's had his ups and downs in the game of poker and life. But cool to see him here, fighting for title number 3.
Yeah. Bala lives in New Jersey. He's a chip leader, and he has ace-king. And he has raised to 175.
Well, James, also with 30, 40 blinds here, doesn't have a lot of reason to 3-bet pre-flop. Prefers to take the flop in position with his ace-jack and makes the call.
Nobody else shows any interest, so they go out, and we have ace-king versus ace-jack, and the flop is a nothing 8-6 deuce. Not many hands connected tonight.
You're right about that. A lot of missed flops tonight.
Yeah.
So interesting to see how these guys navigate without making pairs. Bala starts with a bet. James, just enough hand to continue, will make the call, getting the nice price. Deuce on the turn will not change anything about this texture. Check from both players. And a 10 of spades on the river does connect with the flop flush draw to spades. Also improves hands like 9-10 suited that would continue. So one more check from Bala. James could certainly check and just try and win at showdown with ace-jack, or he could turn his hand into a bluff if he thinks Bala has a better hand, which he does here. And yes, James will turn his hand into a bluff, sensing that Bala is a little ahead here. 475,000, and Bala has a very tough decision. With no spade in his hand, he does not block the flush. There's not that many hands that James could be bluffing with here. But Bala doesn't seem convinced.
Oh, wow, he's gonna make a great call.
His ace-king's gonna be good. Catches James Carroll with his hand in the cookie jar.
Bala is gonna sleep well in the morning. Let's go down to it. Scott Hempel from Arizona. Quick fold by him. Two-time WPT champion James Carroll goes out. Mattis Sambalis lives in London now. He's a WPT champ as well. What a stacked final table. And he'll make the raise to 150.
And Bala with the nice looking 9-7 of clubs in the big blind. Gives Mattis the eye before making a call. And it is Queen 8-7, all hearts on the flop. So Bala, with bottom pair, takes the lead. Mattis not much of a hand with Jack 4 of diamonds. May take a little stab here, try and end this pot.
These are the two chip leaders. And Mattis will take a shot, 125.
Oh, I think at this price, he will continue, but I'm mistaken. He will drop out, and so the bluff from Mattis gets through. And he takes a pot that does not belong to him. Bala staying careful against his fellow chip leader. Back on Mattis with a junky hand.
Yeah, he goes out now. Kakwan, though, with the pair of tens. And he will go to 150. Bala gets out of his way.
And Scott with pocket jacks in the small blind. Look out, Kakwan. You're about to get coolered.
On.
And he's gone all in. Kakwan.
Yeah, no hesitation. Quick call from the pocket tens.
Oh, what a cooler.
And disappointed to see that he is pipped.
Cover.
I think 10 is coming.
10 is coming? All right, I don't know.
Swat.
Mattis likes to enter the conversation, especially when he's not in the hand.
Scott Hempel, a big favorite here. 31 years old poker pro out of Arizona. Looking good, but if things go the wrong way, he would be out of here in 5th place. But a jack on the flop.
Yeah, right. That was close.
See what I did? I was like 10s or more. Yeah, I'm gonna say jack.
3 of a kind for Scott. Beautiful flop.
And give us 8.
No, come on. Be nice.
Now, this is the first time Scott has looked relaxed at this final table.
Queen of spades?
How many do you have?
He has got it locked up on the turn here.
1-1.
So he will get the full double, and that will leave Kakwan Lau with under $1 million in chips.
Oh, wow. You use your one-time quads? Yeah.
4 of a kind on the river for Scott, and the deck providing some overkill.
You come all the way to play here, and you get cooler. And she dealt you cooler.
It's just a needle for every occasion. You come all the way here just to get coolered.
And with that, the blinds are going up to 5,100. Big blind Andy up 100. Action going back to Bala. Kakwan now on the short stack. Bala quickly folds an ace-4. Scott with ace-6. Not gonna play that. James out.
875, right?
So battle of the blinds and Mattis
Good luck, sir. Good luck.
with queen 7.
Yeah, Kakwan
Yes, I'm all in. Please change the color.
has a pretty easy call with the ace-jack of spades.
Change the color.
All right, show 1. 2 live cards.
Mattis
Oh,
says 2 live cards.
Queen 7 always win. Queen 7 always come. You know that. 7 always.
7 always comes, he says.
7 in the window.
Ace.
Ace in the window. He has too much. He always has too much.
We'll see if Kakwan craps out.
Let's go to the flop.
Oh, right
What I said?
on the door. 7 of
7
clubs
always
on a
in the
king
window.
deuce 7 flop.
Mattis in front over Kakwan with the 7s.
Give him a 10. 10 is a good card.
2 cards to come. Kakwan looking sad, but now happy, but now sad.
10 of spades. 10 of spades.
Going to the turn. No, it's a 6 of hearts.
Coming.
So
Coming on the
painful.
river.
I know it's coming. Jack of hearts coming. Right? Jack of hearts? Which one? Jack or ace?
Manis in front, one card away from eliminating Kakwan. And the river cards at 8 of diamonds.
GG, man.
Nice run here from the young Spaniard. Comes to a close.
So Kakwan out in 5th place will take home $243,000. Let's hear what he has to say.
O sea, no se puede decir contento porque siempre que pierdes no estás demasiado contento, pero creo que no jugué mal.
Tough luck for Kakwan out in 5th place.
For 20 years, World Poker Tour has given away $1.2 billion. Now we're taking the tour online. Play in cash games and tournaments for real money at the world's largest poker network on WPT Global. And throughout August, we'll even match your deposit up to $1,200. Sign up now with this QR code and use bonus code YT75 to get the August deposit bonus.
Short stack at this point is Scott Hempel. Action on Scott. And he's got a solid ace-10 of hearts. Graduated out of Arizona State, a degree in business administration. So he's made this 225 to go. Got a couple folds. It's around to Bala, who is in the big blind. And we'll fight for it. Two-way action, ace-10 versus jack-7, and the flop is a 7-9 deuce. Bala out-flopping Scott.
Scott with a pretty nice hand to check back here. Does check behind. 9 on the turn is a pretty safe card for Scott. We know that Bala has paired to the 7. And he's going to start the betting here with 225. Scott getting about 4 to 1. Likely to see a river. So he will make this call, looking for an ace or a 10.
Yeah, he's far behind at this point. Hoping to stay up a good card. He gets it, 10 of spades on the river.
It's a nice card, but not the perfect one, as it does complete the flop flush draw. Scott, gonna cut out a bet. How much does he think will get called? He's really trying to get called by either a worse 10
50-50.
or a 7, so he goes with a small sizing here at 350,000. And let's see if that keeps Bala around and gets Scott paid off. Yes, it does. So a nice bet size from Scott there extracts an extra 350,000 from Bala, who looks frustrated as he slides his hand to the muck.
Things are turning around for Scott Hempel from Arizona.
Yeah, that's right, Vince. After losing an all-in against Kakwan Lau, he was under 1 million chips not too long ago. Now surging near 3 million.
Yep, he's got good survival instincts. This is his 2nd ever World Poker Tour event. And he's only in this because his friends talked him into it. Now he's got to be their hero.
Now, 2 of our remaining 4 are already WPT champions. James Carroll trying to add his name to the short list of players who have won 3.
Okay, Matas Sabalas just calling his hand here, and probably pretty wise because Bala picks up a pair of queens right behind him, ready to do some punishment. Yep, 325 to go. Matas will contribute some more to see the first 3, and it's a jack, ace, 7. Matas not hitting, but he's checking. Bala's got to be a little afraid of that ace, so he's going to check behind him.
Yeah, I like that check from Bala. He has a very well-protected hand. He's either way ahead or way behind. And as we can see, he is way ahead to the point that Matas is drawing dead.
These are the 2-chip leaders, so Bala realizes that he could get hurt if Matas is trapping him. So yeah, he's going to check again. He's saying, let's keep the pot size down. 8 on the river changes nothing.
At this point, Matas is pretty close to the nut low for the kind of hand he could limp call from the small blind with. I mean, Even a 6-4 is a straight. A 6-9 is a straight. 10-9 is a straight. 10-6, one of the few nothing hands that he could have here, so he's going to turn it into a bluff.
Yeah.
Try and represent one of those straights and bets full pot.
Yeah. You don't get there, you might as well bet it. Takes guts, though, and that is a big bet. 750, this would be a heck of a call.
Not an easy call for
No,
Bala.
not easy.
No.
I think I'm gonna pay you.
But not Bala. He's going to pay him off and love it. There you go. Bala's saying, I just have queens, that's all. Give me the chips. Yeah, we've got 2 WPT champions at this table. That's James Carroll and Modest Balas, of course. James Carroll taking down 2 titles, going after his 3rd one tonight. That would be amazing. He's got 8-5 here, and he will call with it. There's the other champ, Modest. King Jack of clubs. Whoa, disguising the strength of that with a just call. So let's see the flop. 2 KG players. Flop is a Jack 7-5.
Top pair for Modest, bottom pair for James. Modest will start the betting for 200,000.
All right, James, gonna call this with the 5s. Going to the turn, just gets better for Modest, 3 of a kind. That's a check. Do you walk the dog and check it back?
I think with this many draws on the board, I would keep betting if I were Modest. Plus, if James has a jack, you could potentially stack him, as you have the best kicker almost always. So 350 from Modest over to James. Bets about half pot. James, with a close decision, elects to call, so he's drawing dead going to the river. They better hope it's not a 5.
Wow, getting big, and it is a 5!
Oh, no.
Whoa!
Disaster for James Carroll. He fills up on the river. And look, Modest can have a number of missed draws himself here, so if you're James, there's no shot you get away on the river.
Look at this. James gonna check it to try to trap his 5s full, hoping that Modest is gonna push. Little does James know, disaster time about to hit. The poise, the control, the timing. 2 WPT champions. And the chips go in, 675.
Oh, you can see the frustration on James' face despite having a full house and getting 3-1 on this river call. You know, for a guy with a full house, he really doesn't look too confident, does he? Gonna use a time bank chip.
If he leads out with 5s full, he's gonna lose more. Most likely.
Yeah, if anything, Modest has laid him a pretty nice price here. I thought
Yeah.
Modest might go very big.
I mean, James can feel it. He hates it.
Well, I can't imagine getting to the river this way and folding on a 5.
I told myself I was going to fold.
That would be a great,
Yeah.
great fold of the season if you could possibly do it.
I think if you were gonna fold, the turn was the time. Modest. Just loving this situation. Does get the
Oh,
call,
boy.
and so he'll table his jack
Man, the worst.
and collect this nice pot up against the lesser full house of James Carroll.
Big hand for Modest. Jack's full over 5s full.
All right, blinds are going up. We are playing 75,000, 125,000 with 125K big blind ante. James Carroll running out of room to run with just 1.4-ish million left, and he's all in with King 6 suited, trying to get this one through.
How much?
Modest with pocket tens will not be going out.
Yeah, no chance, no way, no how.
He's gonna make this call. Bala with the 10-4 will drop out, and so James Carroll,
I like my side.
all in and at risk.
He was nervous, Mavis.
Huh?
Seemed nervous. So serious when you're all in.
And so James Carroll this time turning the tables with the needle.
James Carroll, two-time champ. His life on the line. 8-3 deuce, not good for James Carroll.
5.
King clubs.
Asking too much.
No, that's not enough.
But he gets the king.
But club, spade.
He turns the king. He's out in front. Unbelievable.
Just 110 remains in the deck for
Yeah.
Modest. You can see they're only 3% to win this pot.
Modest is getting the chips in. He realizes it's mostly over. And it is over. Deuce of diamonds on the river.
1.475.
James Carroll sucking out on the turn.
Yep.
Will stick around.
We can win against you. Pre-flop.
No one can. No one beats me post flop. I just win the big flop. That's how you win these.
Should just keep going.
Yeah, I should. Shoot. We should stop playing flops.